Bet they waited almost 20 years to get the license again just to implement microtransactions.
An incredible race! Look at it! Every driver is being so aggressive!
As in everyone on the grid? Care to point out more highlights?
Aiden, just wondering if we can get your reaction to the obvious comparisons that are being made between you and another F1 driver. Much like you, he made the transition from F2 to F1 last season. What do you say to the press here? And to your fans, who are calling you the new Devon Butler?
The new Devon Butler. I'm alright with that. Does that mean we can lose the old one?
You come over well. They like you. I don't know what you were worried about.
Probably Butler gonna go after Aiden for saying that. Well, maybe.
You know, everything's going to be fine out there today. I just know it. Just do what you did in F2. Easy.
You really think it's that easy? I know you're trying to encourage him. F2 and F1 are different things.
What a brilliant Australian Grand Prix this has been, but there's still plenty of time for more drama.
There certainly is, Crofty, and these two have been fighting each other incredibly hard so far. They don't want to go tripping over each other though, because Devon Butler is coming up from behind. He's on the attack too.
Aiden, Casper's not your priority. We need you to defend.
It's okay. I've got this.
Here comes Butler. 3 abreast going into turn 11. Oh, this can't work!
And if you no longer go for a gap that exists, you're no longer a racing driver.
And it doesn't! Ackerman's off onto the verge of what looks like damage as well.
Is he okay? Is Casper okay?
Physically, yes. Emotionally, you basically started a story for Drive to Survive.
Casper, listen, I don't know what happened out there. It wasn't my fault.
Well, whose fault was it then?
The Butler on his inside, perhaps?
Oh, Butler. Devon, I didn't see you there.
What, like, out on the track today? You nearly took me out, mate.
Look, I don't know what happened. You cut in, I swerved. Next thing I knew, Casper was out.
Whoa. Mate, I was nothing to do with it.
You kind of do if you're gonna use Senna's quote as an excuse for dive bombing turn 11. I know this is supposed to take place in 2020, but promoting last year's game on this year's game. Also, historically inaccurate. Nobody should be in the stands. Hell, we shouldn't even be here in Shanghai right now.
Well, here's Ackerman now, going up behind his young teammates.
And the rumour in the paddock, Crofty, is that the tension's building between these two. Let's see what happens here.
Here we go, Ackerman's going for it! Down the inside of the hairpin, he's bashed his teammate off the track!
What are you doing?
Trying to get rid of you, but he didn't succeed. He's just lucky the FIA is not gonna go after him for doing a stunt like that.
Casper, what the hell was that? You nearly put me out the entire race. Bumping wheels like that, you could have put us both into the barrier. Casper, come on, man.
I have to make a phone call.
Casper! Ackerman!
Mom! Cancel the TV subscription. The entertainment is right here.
Come off it. Do you really have nothing better to do?
By now? No. And why would I want to miss this? You two are like characters in a badly written sitcom.
That includes you and everyone else in this story.
He wanted you all lot to sign Ricardo, you know. Ask anyone.
What do you mean?
The paddock talks, mate. And so did Ackerman. Should have heard him last season. He didn't care who he talked to, and he was always going off and on about you. He tried to stop him from signing you. He didn't want to play babysitter.
Oh, he did he?
Everyone knows. Have you not seen the way that people look at you? We all feel sorry for you, mate. You never stood a chance with him. You want my advice? Prove him wrong!
Does finishing ahead of him count as a start?
So, what's the problem with the car?
I'm losing power on the straights. It's not a massive issue. I'm sure we can deal with it.
Yeah, theoretically, do we have time to install the Spec 2 unit before the race?
Yes, boss.
And Casper's reporting no problems?
No.
Okay, let's do it. Put the Spec 2 in Aiden's, would you?
Well, that would sort it. I mean, if you're sure.
Well, of course. You could do with a little boost. A little boost. Besides, anything for our star driver. Casper, how are you today? Feeling good about the race?
Not very great now that you're favoring Aiden to get that boost instead of me.
It's clear from anyone watching either in the stands or at home the determination on show from AlphaTauri and Aiden Jackson today.
No, you're not wrong there, Ant. His performance has improved race by race throughout the season, and his driving today, impeccable. Here's a test for him now, though, as they head down the main straight. There's a lot of friction between these two, and his teammates after him. Will he budge?
Hold position, Aiden.
Oh, I've never seen anything like this on a racetrack before. Two teammates wheel to wheel.
Keep it clean.
Inches separating them and they crash. Oh, they've come together in spectacular style and they're both out of the race.
Close the door. Sit down.
I fucking had enough of both of you. You let that fucking team down, me down, which I protected you all the time. And I'm not fucking going into who is right and who is wrong. I don't want to. Yeah, he moved, he that moved, and all that fucking wank, you know?
You've got a lot to prove this year, boy. And you're swanning around like butter wouldn't melt. And as for you, you should know better. I'm disgusted. You should both be ashamed.
Brian,
Not a word. Not a single word. I should fire you both right here and now. You've screwed our chances this season. The team is bigger than you two and your petty squabbles. Grow up! Any more, and you're both out. Do you hear me? I'll finish the season behind the wheel myself if I have to.
Get that FIA super license if you haven't already.
So, Aiden Jackson in 9th, but AlphaTauri still hopeful the youngster can secure a decent position for them. Let's see how he gets on here. Teammate Casper Ackerman didn't make it through to Q3, narrowly missing out by just
13 milliseconds. You did all you could. If I went out second today, I would have those 13 milliseconds back, no problem. Why do they keep sending me out first?
The future's now, old man. That's why they prefer him to get that new power unit instead of you.
Look, I'm losing grip.
Understood. Can you box next lap, Casper? Box next lap.
No, I need to come in now. It's quite bad.
We've got Aiden coming in now. Just hold out one more lap, please, Casper.
Isn't he a lap down?
Yes, he's on a different strategy, though.
Haven't I got priority?
He's boxing now. Please hold off, Casper.
You're really gonna risk Casper to spin out in a track if he tries to hold on for one more lap with worn tires just because he want Aiden to come in when he's a lap down. Can't change the strategy?
I just don't get it, Zoe. He gets to pit ahead of me, and they give his car the only new power unit last season. And he gets to go out behind me in qualifying. This kid is a new #1 driver.
I don't believe that to be true.
But then why does he get paid more?
Sometimes it's true that youngsters get paid more than the veterans, and it may be private information to share, but you never asked him how much does he get paid from his contract? And that's saying that you've been here longer in F1 than Aiden has.
I'm old.
You're not old.
Like this again. I am old. For a driver, I'm old.
He's not wrong.
In the meantime, forget about Jackson.
Okay.
And stop playing the victim. It doesn't suit you.
All right, okay.
It's Zandvoort next, remember? Everyone's gonna be rooting for you. Be the guy they love. And hey.
What?
Be the guy I love.
Zoe, in what context are you saying that? I'm curious.
Did you come up with that yourself?
I'm a natural born charmer.
Yeah, Verstappen's got nothing on me.
You had to ruin it.
I agree with Zoe. Really. I mean, people are gonna support you, alright, but they're gonna support Max more. You're just basically plan B if something were to happen to him. Cassio, supposedly being Dutch when he sounds Danish.
What was that?
It's called disobeying team orders. And what that is, for this scenario, is that Casper was told something about you that's not true and he has not questioned it since the previous race. He knew your car was faster. He chose to be a moving roadblock rather than giving you some room.
Hey! Just leave it. No! Just talk to me for once! Just let go. Back off! Why do you have to be like this? Oh, so I'm the problem!
Well, yes. You don't even bother to talk to Aiden to solve these issues.
How about you give me a little respect? How about you earn it first? How am I supposed to do that? I'm all ears! You give me space out there. What's your problem? I'm trying to win. Oh, and that makes you special?
He might be if Mercedes and Red Bull are out of the picture.
Well, you won't have to put up with me for much longer.
What's that supposed to mean? I am sick and tired of all this. I'm done. You what?
I'm retiring.
Wait.
Caught in 4K. You guys know that whoever is recording this isn't recording this. Yeah, you're definitely gonna see it. There is 2 racing teams that you can go for your fantasy team. That is if you really want to win on a weekly basis, if not going for lower tier teams.
Casper.
What's going on?
We need to clear something up. Take a seat.
Clear what up?
Aiden thinks it's his fault that you're retiring.
I'm sorry, Casper. I do respect you. Quite a lot, in fact. And I don't want you to retire. I didn't mean the things that I said. And I want you to know that if you're retiring because of me, I'll...
Will you tell him? This anxiety, it's no good for his performance.
I'm not retiring because of you.
But everyone says...
I'm not retiring because of you. Can I go now?
No. You're going to give him 2 minutes of your time.
Well, Brian, what am I, his therapist?
He said 2 minutes, not 2 hours. It's not like you're gonna get 2 seconds.
Everyone says...
Everyone's an idiot.
That's what Devin thinks of both of you.
You're ending your career on a high just like you wanted. You really couldn't ask for much better. You want one? What's wrong?
Nothing. What? Nothing. I'm fine.
You haven't driven like this in ages. You're out there having a great time. You're raking in the points, but you're doing your moody face.
I'm not doing my moody face. Stop that.
Like this.
Definitely such a mood.
Why didn't it work out between you two?
Brian, I'd rather not discuss.
I don't care what you'd rather, Aiden. Casper's leaving us, and I know that your agent's been talking to other teams. This could be the last chance the 3 of us get to chat like this. Who knows? We may not even see each other again after Abu Dhabi. So come on. What's the deal?
Listen, I just want to have a nice evening.
He's on more money than me.
What?
Ah. Hence the frosty reception.
Everybody started talking about my age. Just wanted to prove myself. Prove that I was better than the next flavor of the month. This was not about you, Aiden. I don't know.
What about you?
He didn't want me on the team.
Didn't I?
You wanted Ricardo instead.
And you thought I was past my best.
What? But that's not true. You're having an amazing season.
Could you verify that number for me?
That's right.
And that's the contracted amount, yes?
Yeah.
you mind if we show him? You two are a couple of chumps, do you know that? And you should know better.
I tend to agree, since they never even questioned if those lies were true.
I don't understand.
I'm an idiot.
Why?
Paddock gossip.
So none of this is true?
There's always gossip in the paddock. And ever since he's arrived, there's been one man at the center of it all.
Who?
The man who told me pre-season last year that you signed a better deal. The man who said you thought that I was too old. And that would be the same man who told you I didn't want you signed.
Butler?
And I believed him. How could I be so stupid?
You're not, but you were by the power of the plot.
Fellas! Sellout crowd, they're saying. Casper, I haven't seen you since you announced your retirement.
No.
Well, fair play to you, mate. Takes a brave man to admit he can't compete anymore. I didn't mean it like that. I'm just saying, you're a brave man. I'm paying you a compliment.
Now you're saying I can't compete?
Nah, I didn't mean it like that. I just meant some have said that, well, you're past your prime, that's all.
That won't work anymore, Devon.
Sorry, what won't work?
We know what you've been saying about us.
Oh, I genuinely don't know what you're talking about.
You know, I used to think you were just a gossip, Devon. Now I know you're a liar.
Oh, come on! You guys used to be so much more fun. Used to get into fights, take each other out of races. We all enjoyed that. I mean, you know, it was very entertaining.
All that for a story for Drive to Survive? You working undercover for Netflix or something?
Seriously, you're supposed to be role models.
Yeah, I won't argue with you, Devon. I won't win.
Yeah, you do seem to struggle a bit with winning, to be fair.
Yeah. And maybe you are right. Maybe I am past it. But he's not. And he's the better driver.
What, the rookie?
Yeah, he doesn't have that much experience in years like you, but he's technically not a rookie.
You do know the Red Bull seat is mine, don't you? The contract's as good as signed.
There's just one problem with that, Devon.
Huh? Enlighten me.
I don't believe a word you say anymore.
Tell him, mate. Mate?
I don't know who this is going to.
If you're gonna go around and start making up lies and you want everyone on your side, manipulate everyone.
So AlphaTauri potentially on track to really upset Haas here, with Ackerman leading Butler and Jackson not too far behind. Butler's closing in on Ackerman. He's trying to win that place back, but which way's he gonna go? Down the inside!
And if you no longer go for a gap that exists...
You get the point, alright? You get the point.
He goes, and they've hit each other! That's really aggressive from Devon Butler. He sends both cars spinning out. Butler into the barrier, and that looks to be the end of the race for him.
Too late on the brakes. I'm sure the stewards will be looking at this one after the race.
But the AlphaTauri car's still moving. The Dutchman looks to be continuing, Ant.
It's great to see him still in this fight, Crofty, but he has suffered significant damage. There are points still up for grabs today, though, don't forget.
Nothing but a miracle he didn't get wiped out. Don't be surprised that you've seen him win or be on the podium in every race throughout this entire campaign.
Have you seen the crash yet?
No. What happened?
No, I'll let you see it for yourself.
And Butler's okay?
Bruised ego, perhaps. Anyway, I just came to congratulate you all and bid you a fond farewell. It's been a pleasure. And I'll see you later. We'll celebrate.
Stay for a bit.
No.
Oh, come on. What are they going to do? Discipline you?
Well, this is the Mafia we're talking about. Stories like okay at best. mean, you didn't expect better, didn't you? Because this just feels what it's like to plan a story for Drive to Survive. As far as for the other competitors, I know it's hard to get the real competitors to voice themselves in the game, but you couldn't at least get one or two, especially the ones that you've seen the most in the cutscenes, like Akon, because it feels awkward just having them in the cutscenes without any lines. If you have something in regards to say about the Shanghai cutscenes, remember this. I know it's a video game, reality can be whatever Codemasters wants, or let alone any developer wants it to be. But I'm saying it as if they want to be historically accurate, which, one, they shouldn't be in Shanghai because the race got cancelled. And two, even if it didn't, nobody should be in the grandstands. And that also goes to any other racetrack that they didn't get to race last year, either in their date that they were supposed to be raced, or not at all because of what we endured last year and what we're still enduring this year. But it is what it is, what they got to work out with, especially considering that certain tracks that were added in 2020 are not in the game, but they will eventually be added as downloadable content, like Imola. Gameplay physics and handling is what you would expect out of Codemasters nowadays. I never play them, even to this day, but it is what they are. Graphics, I mean, you can tell the difference between how they are with the Breaking Point cutscenes and the post-race of every race in Breaking Point. Yeah, you can tell the difference there. Not saying they're bad, because they're not. The graphics are okay, they're good. It's just, comparing it to the Breaking Point cutscenes, you can tell the difference. There's also phone calls and emails and other things relating to social media in this game and Breaking Point. I didn't include them because of different reasons. But what I would say that was notable about them is, they included Jimmy! Another one is the quote, "The fights that can't be won are the ones that you fight the hardest." It doesn't make any sense if you're gonna keep fighting on a fight that you know that you're going to lose. Casper asking his daughter almost at the end of the campaign who's her favorite driver, and it's gonna be Aiden. The betrayal. And Devin somehow getting Aiden's number. Who's selling him out? But what I appreciate is the detail. Really. Detail, the messages, the emails, the phone calls, everything. Even the interviews too. So yeah, game is decent. If I forgot something, mention it. Because what's gonna change in this sin counter, one of those sins is gonna be particularly that one thing or multiple things that I did not mention about this game, Breaking Point, or both.